Hello students. Today we're going to analyze an essay, a personal narrative that helped get a student into Columbia and many others. And today I'm not in front of a camera because I just got back to Istanbul and don't have a studio set up, so you get stock photos. Okay, so let's get started. So today I'm not going to read the essay out loud, but I'll have it here on the screen, and you can also download it from the description below from populationme.com. And from populationme.com, you can also find notes and videos on all the other essays I've done so far. Okay, so the content. Even though he doesn't state it directly, he's conveying that he can overcome himself and adapt to new ways of thinking. That's really important for acceptance committees. He has the ability to change and evolve by considering others and their ambitions in the larger scheme of life. Now, the vehicle that he uses to convey all this, that runs throughout the whole essay, and that allows a host of other ideas and metaphors, is his daily running routine. Something simple like that, running all the way through, can help bring the whole essay together. So, he begins with a run that will change it all, a run among the orderly daily routines of business people and athletes in Melbourne, Australia. So from the beginning, he sets up a contrast between humans and their ambitions with beauty, even if somewhat disordered, of Australia's wildlife. He begins with an image, a metaphor, of the ultimate instrument of human order, a traffic light, and it's currently red. This is where he questions the necessity of order, which has, to this point, guided his whole life. So his other daily running routines give us a glimpse into his family and his past, and how he most likely found the need for order and perhaps a longing for self-importance. The history of his dad, the history of his mom, the problems that we see around them and the world. So somewhere this brought a need for order for him and a need for some kind of self-importance. Yet during his runs, he's constantly reminded he can't control everything. The world runs on its own chaotic fashion, whether he likes it or not, and he must come to terms with the fact that he's not the center of everything and he can't control everything. Of course, with the descriptions of all his other runs, we get a cornucopia of sights, smells, sounds, and tastes. This is what helps bring the essay to life and lets us see the world as Ege sees it. In other words, it makes him a real, rounded person to the reader. Very important. But finally, he philosophizes about why running forces him to see things differently. He considers deeply the people he runs by, how he could just as easily have been one of the laborers he sees, or perhaps worse, one of the businessmen. Now, after reading Ege's extensive CV, which includes very detailed and difficult scientific research, the reader, the acceptance committee, knows it's a great thing Ege is pursuing intellectual pursuits. It's obvious after reading his CV. So a kind of dramatic irony is utilized without being stated explicitly. In the end, Ege knows his whole life can't be dictated completely by order. He must allow a little chaos into his life to live fully. So that's the content. Let's talk about his voice. And voice is always very important. Ege's unique voice is achieved both by the content, which he is talking about, and his method of delivery. As mentioned before, he uses great imagery. We can see, taste, smell everything that he sees, tastes, and smells. He takes risks with the very personal, perhaps quirky interjections, like using rhetorical questions and a simple little joke there at the end. But also his sentence and paragraph structures aid in conveying his voice. The first short sentence brings a question to the reader's mind. And then he brings in the red light, followed by two very short sentences for emphasis. This begins his writing style early, and really we begin to forget it's an essay and almost hear Ege speaking to us through the page. That's how you get voice. All right, so the grammar, spelling, and the small things. As always, you must edit, refine. He definitely takes risks with grammatical structures, but he's consistent and he made sure the rest of his grammar and spelling is airtight, which allows him to take those other risks. So overall, a solid essay. To tell you the truth, all the risks he took worried me in the beginning, but I trusted Ege's instincts. He was very passionate about his essay, and obviously it worked out beautifully in the end. In future videos, we'll analyze some more of Ege's essays, particularly his supplemental essays. He has some really great ones. He talks about his photography, which he's very passionate about and very gifted at. Just as an update, he's spent a year at Columbia, and he's taken some great photographs around New York. He's also published an article in the New York Daily Times that I'll give a link to below in the description. And I'll also put a link to some more of his other work. So there you go, students. Another successful essay explained. If you're liking these videos, please subscribe to my channel here, watch another video there, ring that bell wherever it is so that you can get notifications. And good luck, get busy, and take care.